once once a person is convinced that natural man is an enemy to God, then of course you have to look around. Well, who do I rely on? Where do I turn to know myself or to find out what life is about? And the obvious answer to that, of course, is authority. You turn to institutions that presumably have the wisdom to tell you what is truth and what life is really about. And this is why this doctrine is natural man an enemy to God is propounded. It gives power to organizations over people. You convince someone that they're fallen, that they're not worthy to control their own life, and so they have to listen to what other people tell them. And I don't think there's much doubt if you read history that many of the worst things that mankind have done to each other is prompted by authority figures who, as has been said, um, corruption. Oh, see how does it go? The idea is that power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and there's no more absolute power over people than religious leaders who pervert spiritual principles in order to magnify themselves or magnify the organization that they represent. And I think that there's no question that, in my mind, that a lot of harm was done to me and to people like me by this pernicious kind of falsehood. There are a number of things that come out of that idea. For example, another saying that I remember hearing so often was, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. In other words, if you start thinking and not acting, not doing things, then you're going to be led astray by your own fallen nature. So the idea is that you keep yourself so busy that the devil can't tempt you and you can't be led astray. The problem is, of course, many of us have been led astray because we turn to other people who, for their own selfish reasons, teach you false religious values. The idea of original sin, that we are fallen and we have to be redeemed by an external force, by God, or ultimately that means by a religious organization. That undermines people's self-confidence in their belief in their personal worth, and it leads to people being perverted and misled constantly over the period of our known history. I guess that